Hey guys, welcome everyone. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome, welcome everyone, welcome guys. Welcome. Welcome guys, welcome everyone. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome everyone. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly here. Welcome guys, welcome. We'll get started shortly. Welcome Roldy. Hey Erica, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly here. Welcome guys. We'll get started shortly. Hey Bill, welcome.
Hey, David.
Welcome. We'll get started shortly. Hey Juan, welcome. Guys, we'll get started shortly. We've got a lot to go over this evening, guys, so we'll get started shortly. Hey Daniel, welcome. All right, guys, let's go ahead and get started here. So let's go ahead and get started. I've got a lot to go over. As you guys know, On Thursdays, we go over the equity markets, right? So the equity markets, the indexes, sectors, and also the VIX. So lots going on in the market. So let's go right into it. I'm going to share my screen here. All right, so you guys should see my trading screen here. All right. Still a lot of selling in the markets. All right, so here's the Dow, the S&P, the NASDAQ, and then the Russell. Okay, the Russell is right here, and then the VIX, the volatility index, VIX is up at 30. All right, so let's go through these indexes. All right, so if you guys look here, the Dow is still under a lot of pressure, guys, right? It's clearly in the markdown phase. All right, so we should not be looking to go long this market. All right, still a lot of pressure. All right, so that's the Dow. We had our sell signal right here on the Dow. All right, and then here is the S&P. So same thing with the S&P. All right, so same thing with the S&P right there, clearly in the markdown phase. All right, so clearly in the markdown phase. All right, so we should not be long at all, right? Clearly in the markdown phase. Sell signal was here to be out of the S&P. All right. If you guys have any questions, just stop me. All right, as I go through these. The NASDAQ, so this is your technology stocks. The NASDAQ also has a sell signal right here, clearly in the markdown phase. So clearly in the markdown phase, and we've got a sell signal right here, if you guys see that, right? Sell signal right here, clearly in the markdown phase. We can look for support right down in this area here. So right down in this area here, you might get some support on the NASDAQ, all right? But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens, all right? All right, so that's the NASDAQ and the Russell, the IWM. The IWM made a nice move to the downside today, right? So I know Peter is in this trade, and he had a great day today because, boy, it made a nice move to the downside, right? So here is where it finished right here on the day for the IWM. Peter, we were just talking about your trade here. All right. Yeah, so it's right here is where it closed on the day. So what's that, 190, 191, Peter?
Today, yeah, it was bouncing up and down.
Okay, where did it close for the day?
Give me a second.
I thought it closed at around 191. Is that right?
I have 191.52.
Okay, so 191.
Dropped about 2% and a quarter.
Okay. And then you've got support at 163 or so. So you've got, it looks really good. So that one, so you got some good price action there. It looks, as far as it's got the best price action when you compare it to the Dow, S&P, and the NASDAQ. All right, so you're getting
I picked up more puts yesterday and today.
You did good. So that's looking good. The VIX
pullback.
What's on any pullback? Yeah, good job.
Yeah, I take on more positions.
Okay. Let's see here. As far as the VIX, guys, if you look here, the VIX is at 30. All right, it's at 30. It tried to make it pass the high here. And as you guys know, we always watch the VIX because the VIX will give us a really good indication as to what the market, where the market can go. So it got up as high as 38, right? 38 earlier in the week. So right now it's at 30, which is still high. Anything higher than 20 is very, very bearish for the markets. Keep an eye on this resistance area here. All right, this resistance area right here, right at this buy signal here. All right, right at this buy signal. All this is bullish. A break above this resistance right here, like it tried earlier in the week, is very, very, very bearish. Very bearish. Anytime you get, in the 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s, that's very, very bearish for the market. All right, so we'll keep an eye on the VIX. I mean, it's really, we've got green candles here, so definitely there is buying coming in in the VIX, and again, that's not good for stocks. When the VIX goes down, up, right, up. When the VIX goes up like this, increased volatility, that's bad for stocks. We want the VIX to stay low, like this area in here. All right. As far as the sectors, all the sectors are down except for energy. All right, except for energy. All the indexes are down, like you see here. All right. And then the VIX is up. All right. The VIX is up. All right. All right.
Are we officially in bear market?
I mean, I don't know what officially means, Peter, nowadays.
Are we still on a long-term uptrend?
On a long-term uptrend.
Like weekly uptrend for NASDAQ.
Well, let's take a look at it. Let's see here.
The bear market is like officially is on the daily chart, and on weekly chart we broke some support.
So here is the weekly here. All right, so here's the weekly on the NASDAQ. Here is our buy signal. We're getting close to getting a sell signal on the NASDAQ. All right, so we've got this week, as a matter of fact, this week, here is support here. I would not say right here. This is better support right here. So we have a red candle here, right? And kind of mixed, but it can turn white because it's mixed. It's right in the middle there, this price action, but it's red, right? It's red. We'll consider this red. If it breaks the price, so we get more selling, Peter, in the NASDAQ, and we break this support here, we'll get a sell signal to close this trade, and that's very, very bearish. So I don't think it will happen. I mean, anything can happen. I don't think we'll get that tomorrow, but next week we could. And guess what happens when we get a sell signal like we did here, right? Like we did here. All right, even like when we got a sell signal here, right, to close the longs, we get selling. We absolutely get selling. So this price action on the daily time frame is early in what could be a larger move. And the next support on the NASDAQ will be right here. All right, will be right here. That's the next support. And then the larger support is right around here. That's a long ways. That's a long ways. But I would say you've got more support here than here, right? So if it breaks, it could really fall. It could get really nasty, kind of like this, right? Things could get really, really nasty. All right, but right now, that's the trend, On the daily time frame, they're all in the markdown phase. So we've got to respect that. We've got to respect that they're in the markdown phase and that they could go much, much lower. All right.
Tesla was the trade today. Woo, 100-point down.
Did you trade it, Peter?
I sold some options. I
Okay.
made a little money selling selling calls.
All right. Let's take a look at it. What's the symbol again?
ESLE. Yesterday we were talking about it and it was a little early, but today.
What's the symbol? Give me the symbol, Peter.
T as in Tom, S, L as in love, A.
LA. Oh boy, look at that. So it broke it broke that support area there. Okay, yeah, we were looking at this area here. Wow. Okay.
So this one would be bearish, right? We're going short.
This right here? Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Wow, look at that.
It was positive earnings. I mean, they made money. It was just the only negative was, supply chain issues. Hard to get the materials.
I mean, that's an example, right? That's an example of the news. Good news doesn't matter.
Good news.
Doesn't matter, right? So look for support right here. Right, so look for support, guys, right at 705, right? It's at 829 right now. So, and if it breaks this area here, that was the previous buy. The previous buy was right here at 705. So it made a high. Look at this. It made a high of 1242. And now it's at 829, right? Our sell signal on the daily time frame came right here at 970.79, right? This could get nasty. This could get really nasty. All right, no buyers in sight. It needed to hold. It needed to hold this area here and get buying to come in, but yeah. All right. Stay away from stocks for now, right? Just stay away from stocks. This is Stock Boss. And we've got a few energy stocks. That's probably the only place to go. So you guys see here, we track over 22,000 stocks every day. So over 22,000 stocks we track every day in Stock Boss. And normally we get a lot more stocks than these, right? And out of these stocks here, we've got 2, 4, 6, 8 of these stocks here. 8 of them are in energy. All right. So that's perhaps the only play right now. Only play. So they are moving. They are moving, and they're going against, the broad market. So if you wanted to go long, absolutely energy. That's the play. If you want to go long, energy is the play. You guys see that? You see these energy stocks here? Yeah. Nice moves in these energy stocks. All right, that's Stock Boss. Bull Master. Let's see here. Bull Master, not a lot of stocks in Bull Master. Same thing. A few energy stocks here in Bull Master here. All right. But not a lot of price action, not a lot of opportunities in stocks. I mean, most of these are energy stocks here. Look at this. We've got one basic material, one financial, one healthcare, right? Services. That's it. So all this tells us is, guess what? We should not be long stocks. Should not be long stocks. All right. We're launching a new system, two new systems. We're launching, actually we've got four systems we're launching for the month, and we haven't launched a new system for a long time, a long time. So we've got several new systems coming out. We've got monster futures, so we've got all these futures here that we can trade in the futures market. All right. If you guys take a look here, we trade in the dollar right now, the dollar pairs. All right, the dollar pairs in Monster Scalper. So here is Monster Scalper, and we are trading dollar CAD. All right, we're trading dollar CAD right now, right? Dollar CAD right now. All right, so if you guys take a look here, here is the dollar index, right? The dollar index. And that's in the futures market. And we got a perfect buy here. So got a perfect buy on the break of resistance right here. On the break of resistance right here, we've got a perfect buy for the dollar. So all this, as we get more into this, you guys will have opportunities to trade this. We'll look at this. So we'll be looking at currencies, commodities, bonds, the E-minis, okay? A lot of the E-minis for the Dow, the NASDAQ, S&P. So a lot of volatility in this market, okay? But we can track it and we can trade those safely. All right.
Yeah, David, I'm interested in that in the futures system.
Yeah.
I'm about to go full time.
Okay. Yeah, this is awesome. This is I've been wanting to do this for a while. And I think we're ready, right? I think we're ready to do this. Great trends. The future markets will have great trends, great opportunities to trade, and we track them just like we do everything else. Right, and we try to trade them as safely as possible. We still follow the four phases. I would be careful with brand new traders getting into this market. I would rather you guys start with like Forex, right? Forex, and then kind of work your way through the futures market. But we'll have it here for you guys when you're ready. Great market to trade. Great market to trade. We also have Monster US 30. Great, a lot of volatility in this. A lot of traders like trading the US 30. Okay, that's part of the futures market also. So we've got that. And then a new system. Cryptos is so popular, and I've kind of put it off for a while, but you guys have been asking for this, right? You've been asking for this. So we've got a dedicated system now, okay? A dedicated system now for cryptos, okay? We only follow the majors right now. That's the only pair, that's the only cryptos we have coming from TradeStation, from the data from TradeStation, but they will be, they'll bring more cryptos online. So as they bring more cryptos online, we'll have the system here to support it. All right. Bitcoin made another bottom here. I don't know if you guys saw that. So right here is support. So we got really good support here. So still in the markdown phase, no buying yet. Okay, no buying yet on Bitcoin. All right, so and we don't have any real support yet. either. Okay, so we don't have any real support kind of like here, right? It's still in the markdown phase, still in the markdown phase. Okay, if it breaks this support here, that's redistribution, and we can go further to the downside. Any questions on any of this? Any questions on any of this? All right. All right. Let's take a look at a trade that we've got going right now, dollar CAD. So dollar CAD, for those Forex traders, those of you who trade Forex, watch the dollar pairs. Keep an eye on the dollar pairs. All right. They're really moving to the upside. All right. So if you guys look here, USD PLN is the top leading pair, and then USD DKK. All right, and these are dollar pairs also, but they're moving to the short side. All right, dollar CAD, we should be in those pairs. We're using this trade here as an example, so you guys can follow this trade, and those several traders that are trading this right now along with us. Okay, especially the new traders. When we put on a trade, guys, the new traders, when we put on a trade and we call that trade, you guys want to be in those trades, taking those trades and following the move as we move along with price, right? Will allow you guys really good practice, okay, on how we trade. Okay, so when we post trades that we are taking, right, get in those trades also. Don't be afraid, because we'll monitor those trades. So get in those trades and stay in them. So stay in, don't do your own thing, right? Stay in those trades, all right? And then when we get out, you guys get out. That's going to be great practice for you guys, just like pound yen. So we traded pound yen also, right, to the short side. Right? So here was our short signal here, right? It pulled back, we held it, and then we got out here yesterday, okay? So nice, decent trade. But following the trades along with us, you can take, there are other trades, there are tons of opportunities, tons of trades to take, okay? But try to, especially for new traders, okay? Especially for new traders, try to take the trades that we take so that you guys can follow along. All right, so you can follow along. USD PLN, like I said, that's the top leader. That's the top leading pair, guys. Here was the buy signal here on a break of this resistance right here. And guess what? That's a very nice trade. All right, that's a very nice trade. Here was the buy signal here, buy signal right here, and now price is moving nicely up in the markup phase. Okay, up in the markup phase. First position, second position, right? So first position, second position, you could take this second position. That's what phase is this on this second position, anyone? Anyone? What's this here on the second position here on this break of resistance is what? What phase is this?
Reaccumulation.
Reaccumulation. Very good, Bill. Very good. And then if the price breaks this resistance here, we can add another position. So we want to be building position. And what we want to be doing is taking those profits and reinvesting, adding more to the trade. Hey, Bill, are you in any of these dollar pairs?
No, I'm still in the pound dollar short. I didn't see this one until I got home from work this afternoon. Is this still a good opportunity to jump on right now? The dollar PLN?
Are you shorting pound dollar?
Yeah.
You shorting it? Where was your entry at this?
Let me look. I think I jumped in 133.82.
133, 133.
So I just got in this morning on this one.
Oh, you're late on this. One 133,
No,
32.
134.82.
134.82. All right, that's a bit better. That's better there. All right.
Because we just got a short signal on that yesterday, right? Was it yesterday?
No, the short signal came in at 135.
What day was that?
135. 1 second here. 120. That was 121. 120 on the 21st.
Oh, so that was last week.
So what's your timing? What's your timing? Okay.
The 4 hour, the 240.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, what's your entry? Okay. Yeah. This is if you miss it here, I mean, here is another good area to buy. Once you get down in this area in here, it becomes a lot riskier.
And I think that's why, see that one, the long candle right there, right? Yeah, that's about where I jumped in. And yeah, you're right. It was a couple days late.
Yeah. I mean, that you did. I mean, it's profitable now, but just be careful. Once you start getting these white support and resistance lines, price might start to slow down, and then you've got some support. You've got some support down in this area in here. So just watch your entry. Like I said, ideally you guys want to get at that sell signal. All right, at that sell signal. So just good trade. At least you're in the markdown phase. You're not shorting it in here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So that's fine. But the real opportunity is to the long side here. I would be careful getting in. I mean, you could get in on a break of this resistance here on a reaccumulation, but I would be careful. If you guys want to come down, I mean, look at this USD DKK, just a beautiful trade, guys. Look at this. Buy signal was right here. These dollar pairs are absolutely moving. They're absolutely moving, right? And we talk about this. If you guys want to be the pairs that are moving, it was the yen pairs, the last run was the yen pairs, and now it's the dollar pairs. And here was the buy signal here, and look at this. Just an amazing trade, straight up, an amazing trade. All right. Euro yen, euro dollar, that's going to be to the downside. These are shorts. All right, but they're part of that group. They're just the reverse. All right. So, keep an eye on the dollar pairs. USD SEK. Look at that. USD SEK buy signal here. Big move to the upside. Tons of pips. All right. All right. Tons of pips. One second here. All right. Dollar Swiss, look at this buy signal here. And we've been calling for these dollar pairs, right? Dollar CAD, right? I think this dollar CAD, and you guys should be in this. This is the one we're trading. I think it's going to make a big move, just like the other pairs. Dollar yen, right? So you guys want to be in the dollar pairs. Be in the dollar pairs. You should not be in any other pair. All right, it's got to be the dollar pairs. That's what's moving. If you guys look here, all this blue right here, that's what we want to see. All this blue. Right, all these blue is what we want to see, right? These are mixed right here, so no real direction here. no real direction. The yen pairs are trying to make a move here to the upside. We'll be watching pound yen. It's always nice to trade pound yen. So we are watching pound yen on a break of this resistance here. If we break resistance here, right? We shorted it here. Look here. Perfect trading by pound yen. Went long here, went short here, and now we'll wait, right? We'll wait. If it breaks this resistance, we'll get another buy signal to go long again, all right? So we're always watching pound yen. We're always watching. It's the biggest mover. We're always watching pound yen, and we'll look to trade it. Even with what's happening here with the dollar pair, we'll trade the dollar pairs here. But boy, if we get a buy signal on pound yen, we'll take that also, right, as an additional trade. All right. Any questions on any of this?
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Daniel.
I know you said the dollar pairs are trending. I just wanted to confirm something. When it's pound versus USD, like you got over here, it's trending on number 1, 2, 3, and 4 top chart. Does that mean if you place a trade is going to be a buy, correct? Because you're buying a dollar basically out of the yen. How does it work? Sorry.
Okay, so what you're looking at, so if you notice here, right? So the pound yen, the dollar pairs, the dollar denominated pairs are going up, right? But you don't want to think about all that, okay? Just think of the price action. So the pound yen, the pound dollar, rather, the pound dollar, we would be shorting this, right? The pound dollar, we would be shorting. Over here, the dollar CAD, for example, we would be going long. That makes sense?
Yes, and also perfect sense.
Okay.
And then Dave, this is a question that maybe everybody can benefit that's in the chat too with the monster scalper.
Okay.
So sometimes me and maybe it could be we who are trading using a monster scalper, if like we have like 5 to 10 pairs and they're all trending, it's so easy to get overwhelmed because it's like, do we choose one to focus on? Or we're like, okay, let's choose 3 because 3 might be looking so good. And then you want to put, 300 here, 200 there, 400 there. And then, it's easy to get overwhelmed very fast because you don't know which one is, going to give you what you're looking for. In other words, so I don't know. It's just, what do you recommend the best way to, calmly and effectively benefit from monster scalper without overdoing it?
Okay, that's an absolute great question. All right, especially if you're new to using monster scalper, there is a lot going on, right? Even though we've got, compared to our stock system where we're tracking, a lot of stocks, there's only about 40 pairs here. All right. But there's still a lot going on with the pairs. Okay. What we want to do, Daniel, is this: always focus on what's moving. So the dollar pairs here, right? So that's what's moving. That's where your opportunity is to make money, in the dollar pairs. They're trending right here. We know that, right? So you can't trade all of them. I know we would like to trade all of them, but we can't. All right. So pick one, just like we did. Right. So we did pound, we did dollar CAD, right? So dollar CAD right here, right? Even with me, and I've been trading for a long time, and I've been trading these systems for a long time, I will pick 1 or 2, right? You don't need, all you need to do is capture the move, right? Capture the move, right? All of them will give you the move, right? Some of them will move up higher, like USD PLN, right? That's really moving higher. USD DKK, that's fine. right? You know, you're not going to pick the best one. I try, you know, and I tell you guys, try to get in the top trending pairs. You know, we in CAD, we in dollar CAD right now. All right. We could be, dollar CAD could be the top trending pair, you know, next week. We just don't know. All right. So just get on board, right? Get on board. You don't need to trade, especially if you're new, 5 or 6 pairs. You don't want to do that. Find one or two pairs, because just because you enter the trade, your work is not done yet, right? Your work is not done, right? So let's take this for example, right? And traders called me on this. They entered in dollar CAD, so they entered here, right? The price pulled back. I know traders that entered again here, right? I had traders that called me, text me today. You know, David, I'm getting in on this break of resistance here, right? So to manage 5 or 6 trades and do it effectively, you're not going to do it. It's very, very difficult. So as new traders, especially new traders, even with experienced traders, find 1 or 2 pairs, right? Find a group. All we're doing, we just want the group. We need confirmation from the whole group that that's where we should be buying. That's where we should be buying. They're going up. That's where we pick 1 or 2. Find the ones that are near the buy signal. Okay, Daniel? Okay, Daniel?
Yes. Yeah. So
Okay.
with the CAD today, maybe people could benefit off of this too. I took the trade right in the break of resistance with the USD CAD. The question I have for you is, what do you recommend? How many pips we should, like, at a stop loss, 10 to 15? Because sometimes I'll put like I'll do that. I'll do the buy the US CAD when it breaks. And remember when this is so funny that it happened to me. He's the first person I thought about. I don't know if it was I don't think it was Bill, but it was about 2 weeks ago. And he said it pulls back and then it goes forward. Well, that's what happened to me today. It pulled back a little bit. So when it reached that break of resistance, as soon as it created a new candle over the resistance, I took the buy right away, and then I put it like 10 pips, I think, and went back a little bit.
Okay, I'm going to stop you there. I'm going to stop you. All right. Okay. So I'm going to challenge you, okay, to not put a stop loss. Okay, if you're trading the system, do not put a stop loss.
Oh wow, okay.
Yeah, if you're trading the system, don't put a stop loss.
There's something called a stop hunt. Maybe you should explain to him a little.
Well,
details.
yeah, Daniel, where did you put? Okay, so where was your entry?
I'll tell you right now. So, my entry.
Tell me where on the chart. Where on the chart
Yep,
is your
I'll tell you
entry?
the number. So, broke that, then a new candle. I entered exactly at 1.27322. What is it? As soon as it opened. So let's be a little bit more specific. 1.27312. That's when the new candle created. So 1.27312 at the US CAD. 1.27312.
312.
Yep, that's when that candle opened. So when it opened right there.
So right around right here, Daniel, right about here, or higher or lower, higher or lower.
Let me expand this freaking screen. Oh, here we go. A little bit higher. It's right above. It was right above the purple, like right above the purple. As soon as the candle opened, I waited for the 4th hour. When I say I waited for the 4th hour, I waited for the 4th hour.
Okay, so where? Okay, so let's say this is your
Right around
entry.
there. Right around there.
Okay,
Like
and then
right-
where did you put your stop loss?
behind, right behind the, I probably put it like, I'd say like, I'd probably say like five pips behind the support.
Right here?
Yeah, like, yeah, right around there. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't want to be doing that.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be doing that. Yeah, we don't want to be doing any of this.
Daniel, you're playing this game with institution traders. They buy our orders from market makers. The market makers sell our data where we put our stops to big institutions. So there's something called a stop hunt where the institutions, the big players like Citibank, HSBC, JP Morgan, they go after your stops. So they'll run the price down. They hit all the retail trader stops because we usually put them all at the same price at support and risk distance, and they'll hit your stops and run it the opposite direction. So that's why David says when we're trading long-term 240, we don't really want to put a stop because you'll get
Oh,
stopped.
wow. That's crazy. I didn't know that.
Yeah, like Robinhood, they've been selling our data to other institutions.
I so believe it too. I so believe it.
Okay, so let's go over this. This is important, not just for Daniel, but for everyone else. All right. Right here, Daniel, right here. This is the markup phase. This is the markup phase. And it's called the markup phase because we're marking the price up. Okay, we're moving higher. Okay, if you put a stop loss, here is your buy signal. Okay, so and we're not going to pick on Daniel because we all do this, right? We all do this stuff here. So this is good. This is a good example to learn, right? Okay. Our first trade should always be on the break of resistance. Our first trade should always be on the break of resistance right here. That's our first trade, blue arrow buy signal right here.
So I've got a question related to this. So David, when I get your text in the middle of the afternoon, it says, hey, look at this, it's moving up, we should be in this. Knowing that you endorsed that pair, if I open it up and it's not breaking resistance, if I didn't catch it at that moment, is it too late to jump on, or can I catch on?
Okay, so there's so there's an initial trade. This is your initial trade, right? And then we have additional trades where we scale up, right? So we have one trade here, right? We have one trade here. We can sometimes get a trade here on the pullback. So yes, we'll say, hey, we add in positions, or you can add it to your position. Okay, but that's assuming that you've taken the first trade, right? So here, follow me. This is your first trade. You always want to buy on a break of resistance. If you've missed the break of resistance, this buy here, do not take the trade. Do not get in. You've missed the trade. No, you've missed the trade. Now, can you get in on the reaccumulation, right? You can absolutely get in on the reaccumulation. That's risky. That's very, very risky.
So I can't just jump on a day or two later.
What's that, Bill?
I can't just jump on the trade a day or two later.
No.
See, I think, lately, like it's been the last couple of weeks for me, and I'll just speak to myself. This is all about me learning the real fundamental of fear of missing out. And I see something going up and I'm like, man, I just got to jump on that and catch what's left of it.
No. So what you guys need to do, first of all, we always want to catch these rotations. All right. We always, the pairs are always rotating. All right. So you always want to know, right, where the pairs are within the system. Are they consolidating? Okay. And Kim does a really good job of that, right? So when they're look here, when they're in the markdown phase, and we've been talking about this, the dollar pairs, we were shorting them, and they were we were done shorting them, right? We were done shorting them, like right here. Okay, anticipate this right here. They're gonna come from the markdown phase and accumulate, and then go to the markup phase. You guys want to catch them right when they break that resistance, right? And start in the markup phase. This is your trade right here.
Mhm.
Okay, this is your trade right here, not here. All right, this is your trade right here. So this is your first trade. As the price moves over and it breaks another resistance, that's your reaccumulation. That's your second trade. Okay. If it goes up higher, right, breaks resistance again, reaccumulation, you can add to your position. If you're taking your first position up in this area here and up in this area here, you've missed it. You've missed the trade.
Okay. Now, back what Pete was saying, and then as well as you said, if we take this first trade, where the buy signal is, bam, is doing good, it shoots up. We do not put a stop loss on it.
If you guys can do what you want.
Okay, what's your recommendation?
Okay. Well, this is the way we trade the system.
Mhm.
Okay, this is the way we trade the system. And we always talk about this, right? We want to buy on the break of resistance, sell on the break of support. All right. Now, if you do not have the system, absolutely. If you're not using the system and you don't have a way to alert you to get out of the trade, then I recommend you put a stop loss. But there are areas where you have to put a stop loss. Okay, there are certain areas where you have to put a stop loss. You can't just put the stop loss anywhere. All right. All right. If we buy at resistance and sell at support, where would you put the stop loss?
At the break of support.
There, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Mhm. So if you're trading manually and you don't have the system, you would draw out your support and resistance lines like this. Right, just like this here. Here is resistance, and then here is support. Here is support right here. Right here. And if you notice right here, there was a buy signal here. Price failed, came down, hit support. We got a sell signal. This white arrow is a sell signal to get out because the price hit support. Okay, the price hit support right here. So if you're going to put a stop loss, okay, put it below support. Put it somewhere in here below support. You put it anywhere in here, okay, you're going to trigger, they'll run your stops. Okay, all right. That makes sense?
Yes.
Okay. So yeah, don't do that. Don't buy in this area. And if you guys are buying up in this area here and put in stop losses, you're gonna get stopped out almost every time. Yeah, you'll get stopped out a lot. Because
That was
look,
me.
yeah, because look at price. Look at what price does. It's never a straight line. Okay, it's never a straight line. So you playing, you should, no stop losses in here. Your stop loss is after after a break of resistance. If you're going to put one, and if you're using the system, just wait for your sell signal. If you're using the system, because the system is designed to get you out if the price breaks support. Okay, so you don't have to be fearful, right? Just let it run, right? Make sure you monitor it, right? Make sure you monitor it, right? But guess what? You're trading on a forward time frame, so you've got a lot of time to monitor price. All right, but yeah, don't yeah, you're giving away money when we do that. All
What
right.
does Peter, what do you mean by stop hunt or whatever that is? What do you mean by that?
Hunting for lions. So yeah, you figure out what the lions are and you go out there with a big gun. So what that means is basically our orders that we put in, it gets sold to the institutions. So they know what numbers, where your buy orders or sell orders are. So they go hunting for your price with a big gun and take you out of the trade.
I'm trying to find an example. Daniel, I'm trying to find an example here for you.
So just think of buying a house. Every transaction, there's a seller and a buyer. So if they're wanted to sell, they're going to look for buyers. If they're buyers, they're going to look for sellers. So they know where we put our buy and sell orders are.
So you, Peter, you don't put a stop loss unless it breaks unless it goes back down and breaks your support. That's when
I'm trading the 240. If I'm doing Forex and I'm not watching it, I'm not putting a stop loss. I just get an alert. I would just put an alert for a price and it'll alert me when it gets to those price, and I'll manually close the trade.
Well, what
You
I'm
do
saying,
that in your Robinhood app, Peter?
I used to trade on Robinhood, and after I found out they sell our data, I just stopped doing that. I use another
Okay.
broker.
Okay.
Just a personal decision.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Okay, guys.
yeah, go ahead.
Okay, so here's an example here. All right. The brokers make money by selling our information. So when you guys place trades, right? When you place your trades, right? And you put stop loss, you put a stop loss, right? They can see that, right? So they can see where all those traders have their stops. And what most traders do is just like you did, Daniel, right? They'll put the price, and it's all fair, right? Because we don't want to lose a lot of money, right? So we'll get in right here, and 10 pips below, we'll put like a stop loss right below that price, right? But guess what? You and everyone else, right, will put their stop loss right in this area here. And guess what? The brokers, they can see all those stop losses. And like Peter was saying, they sell that information. So they know all they've got to do is move the price down, okay? And they're doing that to get us out of the trade, right? And they're trying to get liquidity too. They're trying to get a cheaper price also, all right? So you do this. If you guys do this, this is not trading. This is not trading, all right? Because right here, also, what's this zone here? What's this area right here called? What's this area called? What do we call this?
No man's land.
No man's land, right? No man's land, right? So just understand that there is nothing to do here, nothing to do here, nothing to do here. Here is where, listen, if this price right now, boy, it's hugging that support. It's hugging that support, okay? It'll probably close it soon, but guess what? If that candle right here moves higher, that white candle right here moves higher, it will hold that trade, okay? Do not, if you guys are trading the system, it will get you out. right? Buy signal here on the break of resistance, sell signal here on this break of support. It's going to save you from this. It's going to save you from all of this here. So you don't have to be fearful, right? You don't have to put a stop loss. No, you do what you want. You still have to follow the system. You still have to watch it. You can't leave it alone for days at a time, right? You have to watch your sell short signal. I mean, your sell signal to get out. Okay. However, if you have to, if you're not sure, right, and your trust level is not there yet, and you want to put a stop loss, put it right below support. Right below support. That's where you want to put it. Okay, that's where you want to put it. That's good. That's a good question. That's a very, very good question. All right. We don't do targets, so we don't do targets or anything. We let the trade run. All right. We let the trade run. But yes, don't buy in. You can always, if you guys missed for whatever reason, so let's say the dollar pairs are moving and you guys have missed, you've missed the run, there is always a lagger. There is always a lagger, right? So
What does that mean? There's always a ladder.
well, there is always a pair that's not that hasn't broken out yet. Okay.
Oh, a pair that'll
Yeah.
follow it.
Yeah, so you might have to come down lower in here to find a pair, that hasn't moved all the way up like here. Okay, a dollar pair. So ideally, this is where you want. Ideally, you want to be in here, but let's say for whatever reason, you don't want to make this a practice, right? You don't want to make this a practice, but sometimes there's a pair that's a bit behind, kind of like this one here, USD HKD, right? It's setting up. We know the dollar pairs as a group is moving. It's part of the dollar pair. So you could wait, get a buy signal on this one here and then take it up. But trying to chase this, trying to get in this trade right here, trying to get into this right here is not what we do. That's not what we do. We buy here. We'll let someone else chase this, right? This is our buy signal. That's why we have these buy signals here. That's why we have the buy signals on a break of resistance. And it's clear. Blue arrow, buy signal, break of this resistance, we buy here and we let it run. Break of support, buy signal here, break support. We know the sellers are in, we get out here. We don't get out anywhere in here. We don't get out anywhere in here. We get out on the break of support. All right, that helps, Daniel and Bill.
Yes, it does.
Yeah, very
Yeah,
good.
it helps. I'll just say, David, I read the book, Trading in the Zone, and it's full of information. And I read it, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's very useful. Don't worry about losing and let the trade run, and all the mistakes that early traders. I thought, well, I just won't do that. The fear of missing out. But boy, when I'm in it, I forget all that stuff.
Yeah, you will. Yeah. As when you start trading, I mean, it's one thing when you read the books and all of that, right? And when you listen to other people, but when you start to trade and then it's your money, your capital, it's like you're a totally different person, right? All of these emotions. That's why we practice. That's why, a lot of our traders, they might trade around the system, and they might have other tricks that they do, but they love using the system as a guide. It kind of helps you kind of keep everything in check. Okay. But yes, once you start trading with real capital, when you guys start trading with real capital, yeah, all that goes, all that kind of goes away, you know. Yeah, Bill. Yeah, it's tough. It's not easy. Yeah, it's not easy. That's why we practice, you know, but we want to build really good fundamentals, right? We want to build, there's certain things that we want to do that correctly, okay, correctly. You know, other things we can tweak, but there's certain things that we must do, and that's part of it. Buying where we should be buying, and getting out where we should be getting out. That we must do that. We can't be buying, you know, up in this area after the price of just really taking off, and we've missed the trade. Wait, there'll be another trade. There'll be more, plenty of trades to take. All right. So those, yeah, 1 second. So those fundamentals, right? And do not trade a lot of capital. That will force you to make bad decisions. Trade small amounts of capital, a micro lot, a mini lot, right? A mini lot, right? Just small amount of capital. Because what in the beginning, you're not looking to make money, you're looking to build your skills. As any of the, you know, as Peter, any of the traders have been trading for a while, right? They trade with small amounts of capital. They work things out, okay? You've got to get your buy and your sell is critical. Where you buy and where you sell is critical. Everything else we can work out in the middle, but your entry, do not be buying up in this area. Buy on a break of resistance, sell on a break of support. Okay, that's important. That's very, very important. All right, and you guys can always send me a chart. I have traders that's, if you're not sure, send me a screenshot. Okay, if you're not sure, send me a screenshot. Hey, Dave, I'm looking at this trade to get in. What do you think? Right? And I'll analyze it the same way I'm doing here. It's you know, it's for, we can, you guys will see the same thing that I see. And my decisions will always be based on the same thing. Support and resistance, markup phase, distribution, markdown, same exact thing on any time frame. So those habits that you guys build early is important as new traders. Okay. And it's hard. I know it's hard. It's really hard. All right. It's hard, you know. That's why you want to put small amount of capital. If you're trading, I think if you're trading $100, that's too much. $30, 30. If you're trading 1,000, boy, 500, boy, you're gonna mess up. So if you guys are trading larger amount, you'll have plenty of time to make money. You'll have lots of time to make money. You know, bring the capital down, slow everything down, wait for the trades to set up. You'll have plenty of opportunities. Okay. All right. That makes sense?
Yes, thank you.
Yep, that's good.
Okay. All right. All right, guys. If there isn't anything else, we'll call it a night. We'll watch, guys, watch the post. Daniel, are you in Dollar CAD?
I did a really good buy today. And then when, like I said, it kicked me out.
So it did kick you out? Okay.
Yeah, when I
Okay.
did, When I did that, it kicked me out. But now I know. I didn't know that
Okay,
they
okay.
pull the price back and all those things that Peter and you said. So I know
Okay.
now.
So watch the trades, watch how we trade. Okay. So watch when we post these trades, watch the way we post them. Watch our entry, watch when we say, hey, this is an opportunity to add on a break of resistance. Okay. And follow the trades all the way to the end. Okay. And do one trade at a time. You guys can make so much money with just one trade. Okay, with just one trade. You don't need 5 and 6 trades, just one trade, because you can add, you have opportunities. If the trade catches a nice trend in the markup phase, we can add in with that position. Okay, so to your question, Daniel earlier, yeah, just pick one, 2. Even the best traders don't trade a lot of different pairs. They'll pick 1 or 2, and hopefully, the one that you pick will end up in this area in here. All right, but we want to make it easy. All right, guys, that's it. I will see you guys. We having a class tomorrow at 5, and then that's it until Sunday. All right, so good questions. Thanks, Daniel and Bill, especially. All right, so for sharing the concerns that you're having there in the market. Okay, I'm glad you guys are talking about this. This is how you learn. Do not expect to know what you're doing. Do not expect to figure this stuff out quickly. All right.
And thanks, Peter, for your input. I value your experience. It's good to hear from you.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Absolutely.
Glad to share.
Absolutely. Thanks, Peter. All right. So those little things, guys, we can fix. We can fix those. And you know what? You guys will learn from you do it a few times, you're gonna get, it's like putting your hand on a hot stove, right? You're only gonna do that so many times. So you're gonna get some lessons. You'll get some lessons. The market will teach you guys. Okay. What we want to do is minimize the pain, right? So that you don't get burned too often and too severely, right? So don't worry about it. It's gonna happen. You're gonna make mistakes like this. Even the best ones make mistakes, right, Peter? Right. All right. So
Absolutely.
yeah. So these are these small little mistakes, learning mistakes. So just
First year trading Forex, I lost $5,000. I call it my tuition.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if you use a system, your chances of success is much better.
Yeah. And yeah, you guys are gonna burn through some accounts. You'll blow up a few accounts. No big deal. You get back and you go back to work. All right, guys. I will see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening, and thanks for coming. Take care. Bye-bye.
All right, thanks, Dave.
Okay.